live on the southwest. So when you see.
Okay, okay.
For sure.
It looks like we're pretty close to 7:30. We're gonna call our meeting to order. We're gonna take our roll here and then we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Kyle Ferris.
Here.
Steve Eisenberg.
Here.
Keith Campbell.
Here.
Bill Gallagher.
Here.
Amy Richardson.
Here.
Chris Browning.
Here.
And Jim Steele Smith is not here.
All right, if you all stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Entertain a motion to approve the agenda with flexibility.
Make the motion, we approve the agenda tonight with flexibility. I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next up will be our minutes. We could possibly table the minutes till after the new business.
That's fine.
Make a motion, we table the minutes till after new business is finished. I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
New business. Do we have any new applications? Two,
Three.
three. Wow. Okay. Who would like to go first?
Which order?
You guys were here first, I think. Everybody get signed in back there on the sign-in sheet? Yep. When you speak, whoever's going to speak, and if you would speak, go into the podium and speak into the microphone.
Well, we could take one of these.
State your name and address, that kind of stuff.
Better thing.
Yeah, what that's one.
Up. Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here.
Thank you. It's okay.
Sit over here out of my.
Happens all the time. I know. No worries.
Yeah, I'll take one. Sorry. Follow along. You want me to go ahead and introduce myself and the project
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, your name and your
address?
address. Yeah.
Alyssa Sherry, 4815 Chrisman Road, Mount Sterling, Ohio, 43143. And we are proposing a new monument sign for the Westerville Estates Mobile Home Park.
Go ahead.
You would talk about it?
Sure.
Okay, I want to make sure everybody got was able to look at it first. So this will be a non-illuminated monument sign, 32 square feet. It'll be at the entrance of the Westerville Estates Mobile Home Park. It's 94 inches long by 48 inches overall height, with the foundation 45 inches deep by 18-foot round. There's an existing post and panel sign there now. We're going to be we are proposing to remove that existing sign. We'll actually set the new sign back further so it won't be in an obstruction view of any drivers in and out of that lot. And then this is aluminum panel, white and navy blue. It states Westerville Estates with the property contact information on it. So if you look at the site view, it's going to be on the north side of the property along Fancher Road. The setback for that sign. I believe it's 32. Let me double check here. On page 7, you'll see it's about a 36-foot setback from the edge of that road of Fancher Road there. Within your packet of the application, there are engineered drawings for this. We provided the property owner information of surrounding properties, which we broke out. We talked about this project a couple months ago. We broke that out. The deed is included. The power of attorney is also included. And then the larger packet here is the survey of the land and then all of the surrounding properties and their owner names. A maintenance plan is also in there. This would be from the property owner and property manager. They stated that regular deep cleaning will be done during the spring, summer, and fall season. They will mulch and put perennials around them, around the sign for landscaping. Any damage they will contact the sign manufacturer for any necessary and timely manner. I know illumination was also a concern. They're not going to move forward with any illumination, so it'll be non-illuminated.
Are you gonna double check the applied wind load calculation? Nice job. That's impressive. Reminds me of engineering school and it scares me. Okay, I don't think we're missing anything here.
I haven't seen anything missing. You got the you good for the check?
Oh.
Receiving that, okay. You want-
Yeah, please.
Okay. Our procedural guidelines for checking for variances and conditional use applications. The application must be typewritten and in black ink. It looks to be that way. Only one request per application. There's only just one request here. Requesting no occupation that's not applicable to this, so. In the event of more than one property owner, all property owners must sign. We have a notarized power of attorney. We do have the power of attorney here, granting her permission to act as their agent. Applicants to complete the original and have all 8 photocopies of the application. And plus the original with 9 packets total. I think we do have all of that. We do have a deed and legal description in the packet. I did see that.
Yep.
I thought, well, a map of the surveyor, but we have that.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, we have it. Next, please. Have a skilled drawing of the property, including location of present privileged structures. The front side setbacks of all the structures, whatever, that's not really applicable for the sign. So all application for sign shall include a scaled drawing of the property with the location of the proposed sign. The proposed application shall also include type of construction as well as material to be used and the size of the proposed sign. The scaled drawing of the sign shall be submitted no less than 11 by 17 paper or whatever, that we have that. Using the space provided, list all the owners' names, addresses, and parcel ID numbers with adjoining and contiguous to, and across from within 200 feet of the exterior boundaries of the property in question. Names will be listed as they are recorded on the tax duplicate on file in the Delaware County Courthouse. Co-owners must be listed separately. I see a list of owners, but I haven't looked to see how it goes within the 200 feet, so wherever that was.
Here also, surrounding owners.
Okay.
Yeah, it was owners. You can check that list. Okay, next thing. Detailed map from the Delaware County map room. Using the maps to locate all the property owners. And the tax duplicates, including names, addresses, parcel ID numbers on the map showing corresponding line numbers on applications. Co-owners shall be listed separately. Probably on that big map, so we'll have to look at that. In the event of a subdivision involved, the map of subdivision shall be required. I don't think there's any subdivisions in that area, so I think that's not applicable to this. And the dated receipt from the map room, no more than 30 days old. So. Other than looking at her big map, I think we got everything pretty much covered, so.
Right.
You guys, your current sign's 25 feet setback and you're going to 36, you're moving it back 11 feet.
Yeah, we're gonna move it back. There's a gas line, as you can see in this photo, there's a gas line that goes through there, so we want to avoid that.
Great idea. Good, great idea.
Gonna move that back, and then also it helps with obstruction of view for the tenants that are coming out of the mobile home park as well.
Very good.
The requirement was 25 feet, I'm pretty sure, from the right of way.
The application, we can go on there and start sitting here.
Yep. Does any of the board members have any questions on the application?
Now, do we need do we want to check these now? Just quickly look at the map
I think so.
and verify it, just so it's
Yeah.
I think so.
know it's all here.
Map up to you guys want.
Just leave it there. If I usually look at it over there.
Well, easier.
As long as one of us checks it, that'd be fine.
Where parcel? Okay, well, let's just run right down through the list. So then. Okay, the Wolfgang and then. 111, last digits 2000. Who is? Okay. So here. Harlowwood Properties, yeah. 00220000. So you see that one. Harlowwood Properties 99. There's two Harlowwood properties, no. So where's the other Harlowwood properties on your list there? There must be another one. This property is the last five is 99000. Okay. So this one is 22,000 last five. It's not on here. Okay, but it's the. Yeah, but it's a different property, so it has to be listed. And then- Virtual. Digits are 99001. Okay.
Yeah. So this will probably have more than the platform. This is off of the GIS, the radius 200. So you'll have,
So do we have the
Plus
GIS
additional.
map showing the
do not,
touching? Yeah, that's what we would normally have to confirm that. When is the hearing gonna, the next, BZA?
just make sure, can we just update
Do
that?
we accept this contingent upon receiving the GIS map that will flag all of these identified properties? And yeah.
Okay.
And that'll, Mike, does that sound right to
You
you?
can do that, but she's gotta get that information to her secretary early enough. She
Right.
can get the letters out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta.
When
do
when
that.
could you get that to us?
I'll be out the rest of this week. I could get it to you next week, early next week.
10 days or more.
We had to have notified probably at least 10 days before the hearing.
Yeah, so you guys will be fine. If she gets it to me like Monday of next week, we'll be fine. Okay.
Depending on when you guys do the
Yeah,
hearing.
I'll have the
Okay.
letter ready.
We assume it's.
And
gonna
so I'll
be
have
for
to-
BZA.
Okay.
You just want it physically printed. Let's say I could bring my laptop in here and pull it. We really need it right now.
No,
Well, what's,
if you can get it to us next Monday.
Monday.
Yeah,
or
that'd be
Monday,
fine.
Tuesday.
I'll have the
with a-
letter
with a
ready.
Printed map,
It'll just be
and
looking
on
sick.
that map,
Okay.
identify all
All
of
of
these
this, okay.
properties on the
Sounds
perimeter.
good.
And then you get- add this one here, well, you'll do it, so
Yep.
we won't worry about
Yep.
this map,
Okay.
we'll not use it for that purpose.
And in here where we see like a Thomas Westbrook, there's a Thomas like a declared Westbrook, you need to be split out.
Right, we discussed that last,
Okay.
the couple months ago.
I was seeing it.
It broke, yeah, we broke it out,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think that
We can move
with
forward.
that, we can move forward.
Okay, awesome.
I didn't bring it up on here, but it's like 6 pages. It's,
Any further questions? What the set of hearing?
we can do that. Make a motion, we receive application number, we need to assign an application number to this.
Is
This
this the second or third?
second, or third?
Oh, two.
Oh, two?
Yeah, I think that's one.
HTBZA 25-2. Okay. Make a motion, we receive application HTBZA 2502 and set a hearing date for the 20th, I believe. 19th. Hearing date for May 19th.
Yep.
2025. At the Township Hall right here. At 7:35 PM.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
I need a roll call. Okay.
Need a roll call?
Yeah.
Roll call vote, please.
Kyle Ferris,
Aye.
Steve Eisenbrown,
Aye.
Keith Campbell,
Aye.
Bill Gallagher,
Aye.
Amy Richardson, Chris Perrin.
Motion is passed to set a BZA hearing, HT BZA 25-02 for May 19th, 2025 at 7:35 PM here at the Township Hall to hear the application for Westville Estates Mobile Home Park and their proposed sign.
Great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You don't have some?
Did you collect the money from her?
Oh, yes, Pam. I'll do that. I'll fill like an application. No, just, I don't know about it, just say what you're doing.
Okay, okay.
Next.
So we don't have an application per se, because I don't know if, I don't know how exactly to go about this, but, so what we've prepared, what I prepared there. So first of all, I guess my name's Matt Kurz, representing Edge Contracting and property owner at 11225 Gorsuch Road, representing Gwendolyn Leftley. So we're looking to Gwendolyn's property is right beside the old church that they just tore down a year or so ago. Currently, Gwendolyn shares an access drive off that church's property. What she would like to do is put her own driveway in, concrete pad, and a new 24x24 garage. I went to pull the driveway permit, and that's where this came up from. I think Jason is the gentleman's name. And he said, well, I can't issue this. You have to go in front of what we thought was the zoning commission at first, but I guess this is potentially a minor modification to a PRD. All kind of new territory for me, so I don't have an application. I started filling it out and I'm like, well, none of this really pertains to this, so I'm asking for a little help from you guys. We're just looking for some kind of approval to get started on putting a driveway in, as long as Jason would would be fine with, culvert needed. There's already a culvert in the ditch. We meet setbacks in the PRD for the new garage, so there shouldn't be any issues there. So what I'm looking for tonight is, potentially some guidance, approval, whatever, from the board here on this property.
I have no idea either.
It's a unique scenario.
That would be the first one for us.
So just the right, that's the old driveway that's shared?
Yes, yep.
And
I
that building
believe
next
that
door?
property's owned by, Rogers Nybarger, or it's under something different. So I think that property is probably grandfathered in as a PRD because it was split off, I would assume, from Rogers' property at one point. That's the way it looks. If I had to guess.
We'll need an application of some sort. I mean, this application, we can just fill out what applies.
Well, nothing really applies, that's the thing.
Well, the owner's name, addresses, and the parcel numbers. And
So I
stuff like
did
that.
put that in the letter.
And we need the adjoining property owners to be notified of a change.
So does this have to go out for like an approval,
I would assume everything we do has to, yeah.
even as a minor modification?
Yeah, everything we work off of, always work off an application.
Is there somewhere or someone that can give me guidance when I'm filling that out? Because I'm flying blind and I couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, other than notifying the adjoining property owners, that's the biggest thing, and accompanying maps that shows where all this stuff is located. That would just, what we really need, I think, more than anything else. That way the adjoining property owners can be notified of the hearing.
Well, I mean, it's the simple steps, so like what we just went through, right?
Similar.
With the deed of the property, and it'd be an application. I mean, there's not a shortcut to the application, I don't think.
No, unless
If-
you have something that you've read it.
I mean, if that
I
could,
don't see anything that really tells me how to modify a PRD. That's why we're here tonight.
Well, I'm looking at it as the same as the variance. I mean, that's, the variance.
I'm not sure we're carrying that it's a PRD, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
The planned unit, the PRD is planned residential. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and that usually is done with the zoning commission. But when there's a minor change, they don't do the whole plan all over again. So they just want to send it to the BZA
yeah,
for a minor adjustment. So I
oh,
guess
yeah. So all I'm saying, I mean, I wouldn't even get into the PRD on the application.
all we really need is location setbacks and joint property owners. That's the biggest thing we need. And drawing a map showing how. Yeah.
So like adjacent property owners can weigh in whether she's allowed to have a driveway or her own driveway or not.
I guess so.
That's where I was looking for, somebody wants to put in their own drive, a garage and.
I don't know why
Because you're-
someone would object to that.
Because you're adding a garage too, that's, there's setbacks to that and all that, so. That's what we need to know, make sure the garage meets the setbacks. Make sure
Yeah,
the driveways is construction.
I thought
constructed
typically
properly.
we'd handle that through like if we were allowed to just go through a zoning permit. And then start all the other permitting process, so like driveway would go through maintenance department, because that's a township.
Yep.
Maintained road.
As long as the garage is gonna be attached, if the garage is gonna be attached to the house, how much
It is not attached, it's
No.
separated.
separated, so then you're like, 15 feet off the line,
No, PRD's at 8 feet
8 feet,
off property line, yes.
whatever the code says.
So what? I mean, Mike, you're here. I mean, I guess I'm probably backing up a minute. So what here requires BZA involvement for you to be able to issue a permit?
For me to be able to issue
Yeah.
a permit? Well, I can't make any changes to the PUD, just what I gave,
PRD?
or PRD, I mean.
This is what it's
Let me read that real quick. Let me
Yeah,
just read that.
that tells you to.
Oh, I don't know what you're looking at.
So we have section 23.10 modification of the development plan after plating. Section A says a request for modification of approved development plan that involves only one parcel shall be considered by the Board of Zoning Appeals under its hearing process pursuant to article, we have in parentheses here, BZA of the zoning resolution. So that's not specific.
Okay, but I mean,
Yep.
They treat it like a variance just because.
that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yes.
So this
So
is basically,
So A says we've heard under the hearing process. We go on the B here real quick. Request for modification of approved development plan may be submitted to the zoning commission by the owners of the proposed development. Owners are a developer of the entity which the developer transfer ownership to or otherwise legally assigns the right of representation to.
See, this reference is like.
Or by signing a petition with at least 51% of the current property owners of the development. The time of the request for all modifications submitted, the requester must submit a written notarized statement indicating that all individual property owners of development have been notified and their request for modification of development plan has been submitted. Such notice must contain the specific modifications that are being requested. The zoning commission may, at a duly held hearing, modify the approved development plan without being subject to the same procedures as the original application.
So there's
So-
two, there's two parts. The zoning commission can have a part they can do, or the BZA can do a part. Of what I'm looking at.
it's
here.
or, right?
Well, it's an A, it's an A or a B.
Yeah, A is the one that, because it is one parcel in that planned district
Okay.
that they're dealing with, so it defaults it to the zoning, the BZA, I mean,
So that's the simplest path to.
yes.
Yeah.
That's A, like an A, B, C.
Okay.
If it was,
Full development, it would have
if
to
it
go
was
back
more,
to the
if it was
zoning
more than one parcel, then it goes back to the commission, but if it's just one.
So
parcel-
instead of being an application for variance, it would be application for variance
basically.
is all it is. So it's basically that
It's a
application.
variance to the development plan
Matt.
of the mass.
Yeah, so
That's how I look at it. I don't.
So I think I'm hearing it sounds like nobody's disagreeing that we ask that you submit an application and follow those steps in a regular application for a BZA variance.
yeah. Okay,
And we'll set a hearing and everybody's notified, just similar to the last.
Everybody.
yeah, so by
All the
the,
joining property owners will get a.
should be able to
Have a say about it.
if we get the application next month, we could probably get to then the hearing in June.
So
Oh, man.
I know,
Okay.
I know that's gonna hurt you. I could say we could, if you can, how soon can you get an application?
I was ready to submit it, but that just really didn't pertain to this.
I know, I mean, that's what I'm
It
saying.
just, really, it's gonna be somewhat blank. I
Well,
mean, that's because it's this,
as long
like, the
as-
BZA application is complete over here and what we're looking for is over here.
Well, if you take this application.
I mean, I
we
can
have-
get adjacent property owners. I mean, I can get something to you in the next, like, probably day.
Yeah, okay.
I've got everything ready to go. I've got zoning applications filled out. So,
I'm saying we could adjourn this meeting and take it up another day this week and to receive your application.
yeah,
That
I mean,
makes
that'd be
us-
helpful
Yeah.
because,
I know you're on timeline because you know. I'm
yeah,
sure-
and
you
the
know.
thing is, I mean, it's, they may say, hey, well, we don't want to do it at all. And we don't want to see that. I mean, it's improving the area and the property and so.
Well, we're not trying to push it out either. So I mean, that works for
I mean,
me.
I could get, I think the hardest thing, I just gotta get the GIS map. But I can get that
Yeah,
tomorrow.
GIS map identifying all of the perimeter owners. We need the copy of the deed.
You guys have a copy of the deed?
I'll double check, but
You can get it off recorders. You can go to the recorder site and get one.
Yeah, you can get it off online.
Yeah.
I'll get everything compiled.
Kind of the stuff we just went right
Drop
through.
off 9 copies.
I think I was like, commission's different. You're all blurring together, yes, 9.
Yep. All right.
And then we'll,
And then
My question
anything I
is,
have questions on the
when can we meet
application,
again?
just mark me.
do we have to physically meet to accept the application?
We'll have to have a
I
meeting.
can do it. Almost any night this week.
Say like Thursday or something.
24th. Yeah, I could do it. Thursday, the 24th.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm good there.
Sure.
Long-
Can we
long as
do
at least
it,
three
can
of
we
us.
do it earlier?
Yeah, we can do it at 6:30,
Six-
7 o'clock or something like that.
6:30?
Whatever,
Is that
whatever.
enough time for you, think, to get it all together?
Can you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what can you do, Ashley? Can you do like 6:30 or something?
What was the day?
Thursday?
I mean, may as well. What else am I doing other than 15 other meetings?
I know.
You guys are killing me. Mission set an extra meeting, trustees set an extra meeting, you guys are setting an extra meeting. It's fine. I'll just.
Sign the times.
Tell my soul.
Is anybody gonna be in here Thursday at
Thursday, what time?
6:30?
That's fine
Yeah.
with me.
Can you get in 6:30, you think?
If somebody's
We can
in,
meet in the hallway
if we
if
can
we have
meet in
to.
your off, yeah, we can meet in the parking lot. So, Just-
Wait a month.
yeah. Okay,
Sounds good. Do I need to have the property owner here?
Oh.
To submit or?
I have power of attorney signed by them for you or they should, they need to be here, one or the other. Yeah.
Okay.
It would be much easier.
Actually, I mean, to submit, I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
because we know who they are now. We've seen them.
All right. Thank you.
okay.
So then we need to, see about setting that meeting, and at that meeting, do we want to see about setting the hearing, or do we want to do it tonight?
We'll set the hearing at that time. We'll just,
But they can assume that it'll be,
yeah. It'll be the same as the other one.
hey, Matt, but you can assume the hearing, we'll give you a time, but the hearing will be at the next BZA meeting.
Similar to the other. one.
Yep, following it.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Have a good night.
What we need to do is we will adjourn the meeting to time and place certain. And then, which will be Thursday at 6 p.m.,
6 or 6:30,
6:30.
6:30. Okay.
Okay, so we can tackle that one.
But we
Later in the meeting here.
finish the meeting up, we'll have to make sure we do.
Good business.
Oh, boy. It looks simple.
It's
Busy this time of year.
church.
Oh, church.
So I am, give you an overview if you don't mind. I'm Joe Place with Plan for Land, submitting a conditional use application for the Harlem Road Church. This is a non-conforming use as far as I understand it. You don't have a conditional use on file, but it is listed in your code in the AR1 district as a conditional use. They're looking to add an auxiliary building. Worked with them last year and we permitted a maintenance expansion to an existing maintenance building. But we typically, for new builds within a conditional use, we would amend a conditional use. Since there's not one on file, I'm giving you one. So we're bringing them up to par with what your code has today. But the proposal would be for the new auxiliary. That's the only change that's being proposed with what's going in. So I've given you a lot more detail with inside of the proposal for the auxiliary building. The church itself's pre-existing, signage is pre-existing, landscaping is pre-existing. They will mimic the landscaping that's around the existing church with the new build. But there's not a lot of code standards within the Harlem Township zoning resolution for a church, other than to say it is a conditional use, and therefore you could apply conditions to it with approval. So before seeking a zoning permit, we're submitting this to kind of formalize and take it out of the non-conforming use category and make it a conditional use.
Okay, so you are trying to get the current situation officially recognized under
That's it.
non-conforming.
Bringing it up to par.
So then you can go forward with a proposal.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
And the proposal would be a permit. So
Sorry, you lost me for a minute.
Yep,
but
no, we're good.
I'm back.
So, like I said, I can kind of walk you through the submittal, but, the application itself, when you get into it, I told a little of the history of the church, just to explain why it's a non-conforming use. But the renderings that are in there, starting on page 6, page 7, page 8, the photos are existing, but 7, 6 and 7 are the proposals for the new auxiliary building that's being proposed. So we wanted to give an opportunity for neighbors to have any comments on that as part of the conditional use. And then this would give the opportunity to essentially formalize what's there. I tried to provide some photos. There's a checklist on page 13 that kind of highlights your typical requirements and where I would try to place those inside of this packet, just to ease your sign-in process. We did do notices within the 200-foot, and I think I only had one exception. Went ahead and put down, there was a tax mailing address that was a little different for one of them than the physical property. So there's a third on one of them. But you can see those on page 2 of the fold-out plans. This would be where we started highlighting the adjacent property owners. And I gave you a list, and I put them on labels there to hopefully make it a little easier for you too. But as far as site plan, the proposed auxiliary is the only change, and they're looking to share parking with the existing parking lot, share signage. The only thing that might be is some additional lighting per code, what's required around the building. And like I said, we'd probably plant some shrubbery as demonstrated by the photos, but there wasn't a landscape plan requirement for the conditional use, so I didn't go to that detail. But anything you guys would be happy to see, I'd be happy to provide. I just didn't want to run up a bill on the church. So trying to give you something that's kind of comprehensive out of respect to the neighbors and your board, but I didn't want to go overkill before talking to you about it.
My biggest question is what is the use of this new building?
It's auxiliary, so it's going to be classrooms, offices, and then the main gathering space are actually activities that they already have occupying the church. Instead of rearranging the furniture in their sanctuary, this will give them an opportunity for a separate. A lot of churches will see this if they can do it within the same building, they'll typically try to. It's not something that provides additional sanctuary seating, so it's typically something that they can share parking. They're just using the same area, they're providing a new area that they can provide these activities without impacting their main sanctuary.
Sounds like they want to have our township meetings outside of their main building over.
Yeah, no, it'd be a great facility for meetings for sure. Yeah. Great idea.
They've been very,
Oh, yeah, Rocky's been
they've been
fantastic.
they've been great for letting us use their building for large public meetings.
Yeah, I think they do voting, some other things there.
That's right. They do vote in that.
They're
church.
looking at it as community space, so I'm sure it'll be available to the community for use.
Uh,
They are. They've been a great client to work with. Cool.
Joe, is there just from where is this thing getting cited then? Back here in the,
So if you look, look one more page back on the site plan, you'll see the auxiliaries listed, and I put dimensions on there for a minute.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the backside of their parking lot.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I put existing conditions on the
Yeah,
area.
in the Mance area, yeah.
Got it. So,
Parsonage, whatever, yeah.
and then I did show a reconfiguration of their parsonage lot. This is going to be on the lot that currently houses the parsonage. They own 2 lots there, and I tried to provide the narrative, but we'll have to go through a rezoning to split that off. So I didn't go ahead and have the survey for the split done. But if approved, that would be their next step, is to split the
Okay.
parsonage off separately.
Okay.
They're looking to build this. They actually got a deal to build this fall, so that's why we're
Wow.
kind of they if they can take advantage of it, we can kind of keep the ball rolling. So we wanted to make sure that worked for them.
This is not the first time they've been here.
Okay.
There were at least 2 times when we've done something for the church before.
Well, my hope is with the conditional use, it'll make it a little easier for them. And if they do want to map out some additional things that they want to do on site, it'll give them a plan and a path forward. So we didn't highlight any other changes at this time, but I'd give them a format for asking for it.
Well, we need to go through the same thing here, so let's always read through this. So we got, that's typewritten or printed, black ink, no problem. One request for application, that's for sure. It's not your own occupation. If you're gonna be acting agent, you need a notarized power of attorney.
It's in there. So if you look at page 13.
I've looked at the whole.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I
I'm
gave.
just reading our steps, make sure.
Yeah.
Sure. You can answer it, that's fine. That,
Yep, it's on page 14, I'm sorry.
nine packets, that's fine. You got the deed and legal description. I didn't know with the deed in there.
Yeah, there is pages 15 through 20.
Yep. You answered, that's all I can.
All right.
I gotta go down each one of these, so,
Sure.
you have, scale drawings of all the proposals, instructions and all that, and the front and rear setbacks and all that included, so I'm sure it's all on there. I think pretty much I've seen that. There's no application for a sign. You got the list of all the adjacent, adjoining and contiguous property owners within 200 feet. I'm sure you've got that right.
Yep.
Delaware County map room, we'll take the GIS map. Oh, as substitute for the one with the map room, so.
Perfect.
So
Thank
that's, we've been
It's
doing that.
from the same source.
Yeah, it's the same thing, so about that. I think there's no subdivision there involved. And I think we have pretty much a complete application.
I believe so. Any further questions? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion, receive application, and we gotta give the number, it could be 04.
It's the
03.
03.
Let's get going. HTBZA 2503. I make a motion, receive application HTBZA 2503
I second it.
for what's it, a
Conditional use.
conditional use permit. And we'll set the hearing for, how long do you think the first hearing to take?
Yeah, May 19th.
May 19th at, let's see,
Oh, well, the first one's the sign.
Yeah.
I gotta believe that'll be pretty efficient.
so let's
Say following,
let's,
BZA.
we have to put a time in the ad, so let's call it 7:50. I guess
Yeah.
25 minutes for the first one, and
Yeah.
so be May 19th at 7:50 at the Harlem Township Firehouse.
Great. Thank you, guys. Appreciate
have a second.
I
sorry.
second it.
Roll
Second.
call vote.
Kyle Ferris.
Aye.
Steve Eisenbrown.
Yep.
Keith Campbell.
Aye.
Bill Gallagher.
Aye.
Amy Richardson.
Hi.
Chris Brand.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you next month.
Thanks.
you guys.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
8:18. I think that's all of our new business. Maybe items we have previously discussed that we'd like to further discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am. I have no idea what to do with this, what Matt brought up. I mean, that's, we've never had one. I've been doing this 30 years, never had one.
Yeah, well, there you go. See?
You know, so, I think they say you just handle it like a variance. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is. I don't see any difference to it myself.
No.
I think that's what we need to do. It's kind of.
Well, actually, what you read off, I mean, if I had that to read first, that would have been.
Yeah. I never, I mean,
So,
Yeah, that's our
Mike brought
process.
that to us tonight with.
and I think we're being efficient with the time so that they can get going. So that's,
I mean, I don't, that's the thing I normally look at too, is because, I mean, a lot of these things is not time sensitive. But when you're putting a building up in concrete and you gotta get it done in the summertime and all, you can't be out 2-3 months and
Right.
and trying to schedule contractors and
Right.
things like that. So that's like, So I have no problem with coming in, Thursday and,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it says here, and I don't know how else we do it. We'd have to follow a process, and the process would be following our regular process, I think.
Yeah.
Unless somebody presents to us otherwise, I think we'd have to follow that
Yeah,
process.
I
Because what else would we do?
I could come up here and meet with Mike, and we could call Corey and see what he says to make sure, but I don't think it's, I don't see any process different from what we normally do.
Okay.
So I mean, as long as the joint people are notified, when you've had a hearing and it's open to the public and we swear in people to speak, that covers everything everything can go wrong. So that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Yep.
Okay,
All right. Well, next on our agenda would be reports, but I don't think we're getting any
Microsoft.
zoner director report, committee reports, or so other than that, we've tabled the minutes. So if we'd like to make a motion to go back and look at those minutes.
Yeah, we need to look at the minutes.
I make a motion, we look at the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay,
Okay, so we have the regular BZA hearing minutes from March 17, 2025.
we'll start with that one.
Oh.
And I don't know the time. It says 7:12. I thought we started on time. So that's,
It may have been a couple.
I
of
was
days.
late. So we didn't really start until about then.
did we?
Well, I think we went into, I feel like we went into the hearing at 7:12. Because we started
Yeah.
early. We're starting at 7 that day.
Right.
7:30.
right.
Right,
So I think we were,
but. Okay, well,
let's say on the regular
Just
meeting.
put 7 o'clock.
yeah, that's what it was scheduled for.
I think we started if we went on time, it was within a couple of minutes, I would think.
I bet you I did the workshop first and I like to copy and
Just
paste.
right over, yeah.
So it probably just got copy and pasted over.
Okay.
So anyways, that was the only change I had on that page.
Roll call. And I would add in the public via Zoom, where it says blank, let's specify that we had none. It's just a blank,
Yeah, because there weren't any.
yeah. I'd rather I don't want there to be a quick, what's that blank mean? Anybody else have anything on the regular
You want
BZA?
that
No, I
in there,
read,
Don?
no, I'm good with it.
Okay. Well, that's something I had here, Ms. Mears, I have motion to move to open the hearing of application BCT is 2501 Rocket Man. Mr. Kenway, motion to open the hearing. Ms. Eyebrow seconded.
You want time in
Okay,
there?
then Mr. Kenway, motion to close the hearing. So see, we open the hearing, then we close the hearing. I mean, because the hearing was on a separate piece of paper, so I just wanted to make sure that was all right.
Right,
They stated next to that this is okay, that's okay, yeah. So I wanted to make sure that was there. So this all was in the second page. See the hearing. All right. Now, that page.
right.
The first line, it says Kyle Ferris called the Pledge of Allegiance. We didn't do the Pledge of Allegiance for the hearing. That was for the first part. And we called it, and it wasn't a regular meeting, it was called a hearing of the BZA. And should you say BZA, whatever it was, 25001 or whatever it was, whatever the number was. Before.
HTBVA dash or 25
Yeah,
dash
01.
001.
Yeah, so it should say, Kyle Ferris called the hearing, the call to order the hearing of BZA 2501 meeting it was 7:12, I'm sure, and ask for roll call of the board members and alternate. Then we have the roll call.
Yeah.
So that's the corrections I have on that.
Going down the page again where it says public via Zoom, I would specify none.
Yeah. So, on the next page, I think we both had it on the second paragraph, the next to last line, it says barred instead of barn. It's the misspelling there.
They also plan to use the barn.
Also plan to use the barn to work in their mowers and the blade replacement.
Yeah.
So, everything else, that's,
Yeah.
I read, looked to be pretty much
Where's
as
the,
the second paragraph, next to the last line, the misspelling of the word barn. Um, at the end of the meeting, we made a motion to approve Rocket Man, whatever, and personal whatever ID and the noise and restriction and all that stuff. And it does not run for land. I think, oh, that looked right. And it says vote, and we had a roll call vote. We just can't do a all eye on the
Yeah.
business like that.
Right.
We had a roll call vote and everyone voted aye, but it should say roll call vote. And then all the names.
Yep.
Present there. So we had a roll call vote and it was Kyle, Steve, Keith, Bill, Amy.
Yeah.
All done the aye.
Right.
We made a motion to close the hearing.
Yep.
And that we can just regular vote, just all ayes, that's fine.
Motion passed, all ayes.
That's fine. So it needs a vote, everybody voted all ayes, and the time the meeting, the hearing was over, and I don't know what kind of time that was. It wasn't too long, was it?
No, but we were out early.
It was like
Yeah.
10 or 15 minutes, so this, we call it 7:25 or something, you know?
oh, yeah.
We was out of here by 7:30, I think.
Yes.
The BZA meeting at 8:16 is when we left. And the other one. So so we're here about an hour and 15 minutes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, that, so,
It was pretty quick. Though.
yeah, it did go.
Yep.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minute that's corrected.
I second the motion.
Favor,
All right.
ayes have it. Motion carries to approve the BZA regular meeting minutes from March 17, 2025 as corrected.
And
And the BZA hearing minutes,
As-
meeting minutes from March 17, 2025 as correct.
Right.
Okay. Next on our agenda would be to set our meeting times, I believe.
our next meeting, or not counting this week, but our regular May meeting is the 19th.
We have a regular monthly meeting on
May 19th,
May 19th,
7:30.
7:30.
7:30.
I have a supplemental meeting
And that's
this week on Thursday, the 24th.
24th,
April 24th at
6:30.
6:30 PM. And actually, we adjourn this meeting to that time and place special.
Right.
Right. So if we're all
So with the
done,
continuation of this meeting is what
yeah,
you're saying.
yes,
Yes.
it's continuation of this meeting. So if we're all done, I will make that motion if you want, if you have anything else to bring up,
Please.
anything else anyone just wants to discuss? I'll make a motion, we adjourn this meeting. We call that under adjournment.
Table.
Recess?
We
Recess.
recess.
That's a good word.
That's the word. I knew it was a word. We recess this meeting till April 24th at 7:30 PM,
6:30.
6:30 PM. Right. April 24th, 6:30 PM.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
All right.
Right.
Let's have it. And the regular meeting?
Well, we have recessed until 6:30. the
Thursday.
24th.
Okay.
Seconded.
That way it don't,
Right.
all right, you can turn off the,
Yeah.
Do we want to go ahead and set the next month's meeting also?
we did 19th at 7:30.
Got it.
The regular meeting time.
I even got that one.
It was in there. I don't think we voted on it.